That's true. That's true. I agree with them, man. I agree with them, Mannings, man. So, viewers, really appreciate you guys sticking through. So, me and Mannings, man, we're going to go through the player ratings because I think the player them deserve to get them the score. So, Mannings, man,
Yeah.
great win, great performance. Let's us give her player rating. So, let's start with Andre Blake in goal.
I think he made a pivotal save to keep the game at 1-up, right? But because if that goal had scored and it came 1-1, would have come under immense pressure. So for that critical save, he also was more smart at this time. I mean, he collected some ball. There was one that came across that I don't know what Damian Lowe was doing. So I'd give him a 7.5. I think still when he kicks out the ball, like there's no, I don't know if it is because Bowser is afraid to head it or something. But when Blake kicks out the ball, he needs to kick it out with better direction. To me, because we're not winning the second ball in the areas that he's playing it out. So for those reasons, I'm giving him a 7.5.
Well, I'm going to give him 7.5. I think he made a few good saves before we even go
Yeah.
up 1-0 up. And I think Andre Blake will always be Andre Blake. That is why he's so important to the Jamaican national team. And for me, coming into this game with a little minor injury and keep a next clean sheet. This is a back-to-back clean sheet for Andre Blake. And I'm happy for him. So I'm giving him a 7.5. What
Okay.
you guys say down in the comment section. Don't forget to smash the like button and share your thought down in the comment section. So let's move on to Mariappa.
Yeah, Mariappa. I think Mariappa marshal the different line. I mean, I don't know. Look like he was upset, Ryan, that he wasn't playing when we had the East and Pinnock and the Liam Moore, and he just said, "Listen, when I get back in this side, I'm going to show these guys that I have it." So I am giving Mariappa a 8. I think he was he played out on the right hand side of the defense. He got turned. You know what? He got turned one at a time by one of the guys. Um, yeah, I'm going to give him an 8 though, because I think his leadership in the back line since he has come in there, he has been helping, and he had to cover for some of the mistakes of Lowe and Fisher playing up. So I'm giving him an 8.
Thank you very much for your super sticker, Grant. Really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. Guys, if you want to support the channel the best way, if you guys can send either a super sticker or a super chat, anything, I will really, really appreciate it. So that's the best way you can support the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. So for me, you make some very important pointing on Mariappa. I think Mariappa, experienced player, have over 50 cap for Jamaica. And I think what you're saying, not playing in the early World Cup qualified games, and he has to understand that because he didn't have a club. He still don't have a club. That no mean you don't have a club, you cannot play. And I must say, he played very well. And this is what I want players when they're out of the national team. Grab the opportunity with both arms. So when it come World Cup qualify in next month, he deserves to be in the starting lineup. And for us to keep a next clean sheet, remember, Damian Lowe and Mariappa don't concede a lot. I'm going to give Mariappa a 7.5.
Yeah,
So let's move on to Damian Lowe.
I'm giving Damian Lowe. That's easy for me. I think he of all the players today, I think he played the worst. I'm giving him a 4. He could have caused us 3 goals, gave away some silly free kicks. He was rushing into the tackles. So I'm giving him a 4. I thought this was a very poor performance by him. He had shown some signs of improvement in the Gold Cup. I don't know. I don't know. He seemed to have lost some sharpness. Like I said, he made several mistakes. There's a ball that he cleared right inside the box. Um, he had one that he was supposed to head, and he just never looked. He never. I don't know if because you know what is funny. He normally plays on the right side, and he played on the left side. So I don't know if that affected his game. I thought he had a below average performance, and he could have cost us 2 goals. There was a ball that came across that Blake stopped, and he was supposed to clear the ball, and he just kind of flew. Kemar Lawrence was asking what he was doing. He kind of kicked it right into the box. So, I mean, I'm giving him a 4. That's my. It's a 4 for me, Ryan.
Well, as you said, he didn't play in the right position, but centre back, it's centre back. But when you play on the left or the right side, if you're strong on one side, I prefer you to play on that side.
Yeah.
These look at minor tweak. It can't cause problem. It can cause problem. When you make minor tweak, it can cause problem. But I'm going to give him a 5. As you said, he make a few mistakes when he cost us. Unfortunate we didn't. We're playing against a clinical striker where we're getting these things and they're going to do bam in the back of the net. But I think 5.5 with a clean sheet, I'm going to give him a 5.5. Let's move on to Kemar Taxilance.
What about Javan Watson? Because he played in that he played in the box 3.
Javon Watson, yeah. Sorry about that. Javon Watson, sorry about that.
Listen. I honestly, I didn't want Javan Watson in the team because I thought he's past his prime. But on today's performance and today's performance alone, I am going to give him a 7. I mean, he blocked a ball. I think it was Lowe who cleared that. And if Javan Watson had not blocked, I think Mariappa blocked one, and Javan Watson one hit off him. That would have been a sure goal for a person who is older, who you understand me, who was retired and came back into the team. Thought he had a good game today. So on today's performance alone, I'm going to give him a 7.
You're going to give him a 7.
Yeah.
I think Watson didn't do anything wrong. He didn't look out of place today. He made a very crucial block. If he didn't block that would the Panama and the Honduras would have scored, and that would have been 1-1. And it has to be fair with Javon Watson. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Solid performance by Javon Watson. I think as a player, we don't play much, but you see him growing in and getting fit game by game. And it's lucky when the Jamaica national team getting into tune to get him in rhythm.
Yeah.
World Cup qualify finish.
And Tapa, I just want Tapa to know that this doesn't mean that I want Javan Watson to continue being in the squad. I'm just saying that I still believe he should not be in the team, but he had a good performance last night. I think, you understand me. I just think if we can't find anybody to do what Javan Watson is doing, football is in bad situation. We can find somebody younger to do it. But like I said, Antonite performance, great. But Tapa, this should not be any idea that he needs to stay in the side because, yeah.
True. But Manning's man, we have to give him credit. Back-to-back game for Javon Watson, getting better and better. Yes, we need him important, especially if they say he's a vibes man and he do a lot of stuff to get the thing running. Why not have him? Probably not start him, but at least give him 10 or 15 minutes where leading.
all I'm saying, all I'm saying is that listen, he played well today. So on today's performance, I'm going to give him credit. But if I were the coach, I would be looking at a younger option who can do the things that Javon Watson. Because when they get in the more competitive games, I think like against the Mexicos and you're going back up against the United States, he could face some challenges. So if he's going to be around the side, maybe he can be around here as the vibes man and as a mentor. But in terms of playing, we need to be able, we should be able to find somebody younger, you know, in the team to play centre back. Maybe if Liam Moore and Ethan Pinnock were available, he would not be in the team. So maybe that is the reason. And if a Kevin Stewart is available, then maybe. But in these cases, when they are not available, then he's a good option for us to look at. So he stays around the team, probably work out with them, train with them, and stuff like that. But going ahead, I don't see him as a viable option in my opinion.
Okay, let's move on. Big up Javon watching. Let's move on to Kemar Roofe. This man has been putting some very good performance for the Jamaican national team, and this is what I want to see play consistent with the performance for the national team. And I think Kemar Roofe makes some very important block today. One thing we can say about Kemar Roofe, he blocked a lot of square from side of the box, and that's what we talk about a lot leading up to this game, blocking the cross from coming side of the box. So I'm going to give him a 7.
Well, I'm giving Taxi a 8, because he held his own. He won most of the head duels that he had over there. Unlike the other game when I think Junior Fleming helped him out a bit better this time around in this game, coming back to support him, and that made Taxi played well. And Blake was not Blake, but Lowe was having a horrible time on the inside of him, but it never showed up because a lot of chances weren't created from there. So I would say that I would give him an 8. I thought he was very good, and he has listen. When the game played in the stadium, when the game was finished, he never did an interview. He just came off the field. He never talked to anybody, and this shows me that he's he's on this commitment part to the team right now and focus on what is ahead of him. So I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he has been playing well, and he had a good game tonight.
Big up my brother Kemar Roofe. Very cool guy, very educated guy, speak very well. Nothing but love and respect for you, Kemar Roofe. So I'm going to I give him several already. So let's move on, management inside the midfield.
Yeah.
The Steel, the Judge, Grant.
I thought he was the best player for Jamaica. Sheila the middle of that park. You would not believe so based on how Lowe played. This time he made longer passes. People were saying he can't pass the ball. The man passed the ball. He took on people. I mean, he won tackles. He never won a lot of aerial duels, but did well. I would say that Grant gets a 9. I would give him a 9 personally. That's fine. I thought he had the best game of all the Jamaicans.
This guy, when so many fans look down on this guy and said he's very whole, he don't have the legs. When he say he want to pay him own plane ticket to travel with the team in Japan. And I'm saying, management, can you imagine if we have Anthony Grant, the Judge, in that Gold Cup squad? Can you imagine we have him in the Gold Cup squad? Because in the Gold Cup, we have problem with the CDM. Hector wasn't give us what we looking for. Speedy wasn't giving what we were looking for. DJ wasn't giving what we're looking for. But at least the JFF find himself in a situation where they has to do it. They has to call this old guy. But in my opinion, from last month games to this month games, I believe Anthony Grant is our most consistent player and our better player. I'm going to give him 10 out of 10. The simple thing. He passed the ball today. He get a lot of foul. He don't lose the ball. He always at the right place at the right time. So I'm giving the Judge a 10 out of 10.
All right.
Let's move on to the next midfielder.
Speedy. Well, yeah. Speedy. I thought Speedy played well as well in the first half. He had a brilliant shot that the keeper parried wide. He was in the game in terms of doing his regular thing, tracking back, winning the ball, playing it around, taking it off Grant, getting into attack when it was necessary. And listen, this is a steady player. I don't know if people remember the story in 2010. In 2010, KC and St. George's played in the finals, and KC was up 3-0. And Speedy is the captain of St. George's, right? And Speedy had SATs to do, and he came to the game halftime, and he went onto the field, and St. George's won the game. That was when people knew Devon Speedy Williams. So he has always been this like quiet demeanor, but does what's supposed to be done. So I am giving Speedy. I think he and Grant had stellar games. So if Grant got a 9 from me, then Speedy gets 8.5.
Speedy, big up yourself, my brother. Really appreciate everything he has done for the Jamaican national team. I must say, you is the one of the most improved USL player. Bro, keep on doing what you're doing. You're playing excellent for the Jamaican national team. You come on against Canada, you made things click. And I must say you play very well today. I'm going to give him a 8.5 man's man. So let's move on to the midfielder.
Fleming?
Junior Flemings.
Yeah. For Fleming, he had a good first half. Obviously, the coach talked to him because he was atrocious at the stadium in terms of tracking back. Today, he did a whole lot more. He was tackling positionally. He was good. I still think he lacks a little bit of knowledge of the ball game, like making the right decisions. But I must say, like, I criticize him when he plays bad. He and Kemar had this combination play that was very good. So I'm going to give him a 6.5 because I thought he had a good first half, and that kind of helped to set the stage. So for today, I'm giving him a 6.5. Oh, so Ziggy is reminding me that it wasn't a final. Yeah, it was a quarter final, right, Ziggy, man? And it was St. George's and KC, yeah, man. Yeah, but he came on at halftime. I never forgot that day. Thought it was a final. Yeah. Romario Williams, I think, scored for KC in that. Romario Williams scored for KC in that match. And Georgino James was in that KC team, I think. Go ahead, Ryan.
Junior Flemings, I don't think Junior Flemings have the best first half.
Okay.
But second half, as you said, the coach speak to him, and I must say, bro, he looked fantastic coming back. Not going forward, going back. And I remember earlier on today when I said to you, management, we need players who are going to work off the ball. And I was saying Junior Flemings is a player that's going to give you that work with.
Yeah.
He done today to help Kemar Roofe on that side. He play a very important part. And that's what we need. We need players who are going to work, who are going to help the wing back them, double up, and it's very important. But I'm going to give Junior Flemings a 6.5.
Chaddy Hines is reminding us that Grant couldn't go to the USA because of the travel issue, so he would not have made a Gold Cup.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Thanks for that. People, don't forget to hit the like button. Please. Ziggy, make sure you hit the like button. And the best way you can help to support the channel.
Ziggy looked like he was at that match, man. That was a hot match, KC St. George's. Yeah. That was a hot match, Yeah. Well, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, people, drop a super chat, man. Super.
On,
Anything you
yeah.
guys have drop on the board, I really appreciate it, man. That's the best way you can support the channel. So let's move on to
O'Neil Fisher.
O'Neil Fisher, the man of the moment right now. Talk to me about it.
You know what, boy? I'm telling you. You see, a little. Listen, this is showing you that maybe if Maggie plays, it will build his confidence. Like you remember how Fisher looked very tentative in the game against Canada, and then you started seeing him going into his own and going forward and all of that in the game. All of a sudden, he starts 2 games in a row, and you see other qualities coming on. And so sometimes the players just need that opportunity. Like how Javian Brown got a game, you want him to get a next game, and as they get these opportunities, they start building. They start building confidence. You like that. You want them to, and I thought the fact that Fisher got 2 consecutive games kind of helped him. He played well. Whether you think he's an average player or not tonight, that didn't matter. Even if Honduras was poor, he took a ball, he cut inside, and it was just a buck-ups. He intentionally a good Honduran keeper, and he bent it around him with 2 players in front of him. And he's not a finisher. Listen, I give him a lot of credit for that, and so I'm going to give him an 8 because he is improving. So 8 for Fisher.
O'Neil Fisher. O'Neil Fisher. I believe O'Neil Fisher have a good game. I think play him at right back. I don't think right back is O'Neil Fisher position. I think going forward, I think he can offer something. He fight, he believe. As you said, man is man. Play him, get a little bit more confident, and we see what happened today. Beautiful goal, bro. Beautiful goal. Just look at him first and him second touch. Get it right, round the goalkeeper. That's not an easy shot, you know. That's a big time shot, you know, bro. That's a Luis Suarez, Stevie Gerrard shot, you know, bro. You know what I mean? Give O'Neil Fisher that ball about 10 times again, you know. He probably go over the ball, you know. But yeah, if he come on a lot of pressure, Mannings, man. A lot of pressure. So we have to give O'Neil Fisher credit, man. I'm going to give him a 10. The reason why I'm going to give him a 10 is the one who sealed it up for the team. And I think going forward, and he don't put a foot wrong in this game. So I'm going to give him a 10 for me. Big up yourself, O'Neil Fisher. And that's what we want from you. When you play for the national team, you're supposed to represent and you're supposed to put in consistent performance like this. So, big one for O'Neil Fisher. So let's move on to one of our favorite players what we love, Shamar Nichols. Talk to me.
You miss out. You're going Shamar before Kemar?
I'm going Shamar and then we'll go Kemar.
I think Shamar never played well today, in my opinion. Some person said he played well. I thought I still believe that he's young, because I think he's the same age as Maggie. Somewhere there. I think he's so anxious to score that he's doing too much, in my opinion. I think he needs to just relax. Just relax, allow the ball to come to you. He's running up and down, he's trying to do. In other words, you feel like he wants to head on the ball and be on the end of the head on. Just relax. Shamar get the ball in the corner and him try to score it instead of passing it. All right, somebody's saying he's 24, right? But thanks for that, right? So I today I give him 5.5. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give Shamar a 5. I think, as I said, I don't need to say much on Shamar Nichols because you said it all on Shamar Nichols. I think he need to be more focused, and I think the coach need to have a word with him. I think when you have player who put you under pressure, it's pressure sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's pressure. You want to score, you know, him anxious for score. You just need to take him time, as I said, and just do the simple thing. as a goal scorer, it will come.